What's up, everyone? Oh goodness, got a little bit of water there. So today is Monday, June the 21st. It's about 96 degrees right now here in South Carolina, and it's hot. So yeah, again, Monday, June 21st. We just got back this weekend from delivering a litter of puppies essentially across the country. We basically touched every state east of the Mississippi. So from South Carolina, we hit North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, crossed Ohio, down to Louisiana, back to South Carolina in about 2.5 days. So it's been a little crazy. But so what I want to do, again, June 21st, I don't know how many times I'm gonna keep saying the date, but deer season here in South Carolina where I'm at picks up August the 15th. So it's that time of the year. It's getting hot. We're doing our plantings. I've got some video clips I'm going to be throwing in here, and what I'm going to show you is basically the start of the food plot process, how the field started here on the property, and how we are after I seeded everything, about 25 days removed. So 25, 26 days. I can't remember if I planted on a Sunday or Monday. I'd have to go back and look at the videos. But so that's what I want to show you guys. So in here, I'm gonna throw up now what everything looked like before we got started. All right, guys, this is the last little kill plot I'm gonna do. It's kind of a fun shape here. I cleared a bunch of this out. You can see all the trees down there over there. I cleared a bunch of this out a few weeks back. It's pretty much bare dirt, and I'm gonna go through and till it up now. There she is, tilled up. My favorite spot on the property. All right, so you guys saw the video clip of me tilling and the conditions of some of the food plots before the seeding. So if you remember the video clip, I said my favorite spot on the property. We're back here right now, so I'm gonna throw in real quick. Here's a photo of before the till. I am extremely impressed with this. Now, over here you can see, if you look where the shade is pretty prevalent, we have some bare spots, but the good thing about these bare spots, the cowpeas and the buckwheat are booming right underneath the millet coming up right here. So you see underneath the millet, you got examples of cowpeas and some buckwheat. There was some sunflower in here as well. The sunflower did not fare too well. I need to do a little bit more research as to why. But guys, just look at this. This is a small kill plot I planted. I've harvested 2 deer out of here last year. And just the way that the deer worked to this property, or this piece right here, it just became my favorite spot. Here we go, here's some good example. Look at that, guys. You got cowpeas just popping up underneath all this millet. We've got some browse on the millet. You know, it's not really the deer and everything don't prefer millet, but it acts as a cover crop. That way, you know, I've got green in here right now. I can get the deer trained to come in here before season starts. And then, you know, once it actually gets time to good deer hunting time, so we're looking at that you know, late August, September, October, then we have the good stuff to feed the deer coming up underneath. You can see a spot right here. Man, right underneath that millet, it's well over knee height right there. But guys, I love everything that's happening right here. I'm gonna look down underneath to see if we have anything really coming up out of the bottom. So as you can see down there, the buckwheat and the cowpeas are just starting to really take off up underneath this millet. And there's a lot of browse pressure on the millet, surprisingly. We can just see the tops just nipped off. You know, examples like this, and you know, there's some spots where it's just been nipped all the way to the ground. But this is one of 3, so we're gonna move on to number 2. All right, guys, and spot number 2 of 3. So this is the bigger food plot on the property, and if you notice behind me here, it's bare. And why is it bare? Well, number one, this is essentially the main food plot on the property. And I know what you're thinking, why would your main food plot be bare? I didn't have anything planted here last year. I did basically some poor management practices with some glyphosate / Ranger Pro. When we bought the property, you know, we just took this property last year. So when I bought the property, basically all the fields were grown up. Nothing was utilized as a food plot anymore. There was no crop production, and it was basically greenbrier and a bunch of nasty weeds. So I came in with a bush hog. I bush hogged everything, got the field knocked down. I came back with the Ranger Pro concoction. I backpack sprayed. Wow, everything. And then I planted a similar crop to what I've got out right now on the other 2 locations. And essentially it just, it killed it all off. Sorry for the glare back there. I'm on an iPhone, so I gotta get used to this. It killed everything off. So this being the main food plot, the variable, the anomaly here is it is the only rifle stand on the entire property. We're primarily bow hunters out here. We do have wood duck holes, so we'll shoot guns there. But when it comes to deer hunting, turkey hunting, it's mostly bow. We just prefer the bow. I think it puts more pressure. It makes the animals less skittish, and on a smaller property, you know, we do love to bow hunt. Rifle would of course present more opportunities, I feel like, being a smaller property. But it's about managing it for the purpose that everyone can utilize it and get the max production out of it. So what this is going to be for the main food plot, I'm going to come back and do it later. And for the only rifle stand, and another part of the reason we have a rifle stand at all is just for hunter retention and recruitment. So the older people that come and visit, I want to put them in the tripod in the rifle stand. Everybody that sat here last year, every time they sat, shot something. Whether that be a doe, a buck, a couple good bucks were killed out of here. So we'll let the older people that really have a hard time with a bow or being in a bow stand, they'll get up there. The women specifically who, like my fiance last year, killed her first deer out of this stand. And then the kids that were just getting into it. So I started on a rifle. I think it's fair to say that most people, especially in the Southeast, started on a rifle. Like most people, like what I was saying, most people in the Southeast, I believe would be fair to say, started with a rifle. So I kind of want to start that progression when I take the kids out here hunting, when we bring the women out, you know, my buddies' wives, my wife, fiance, whatever you want to call her, my sister potentially. I'd like to put them in the rifle stand somewhere where I know they're going to have more of an opportunity to not only see deer, but harvest if the chance comes. So we're going to come back with the same crop, but I want this to carry over further into the year without having to do much more work to it. So I'll come back with the same broadcasted golden millet. And then we'll come back with cowpeas, buckwheat, and I'll probably scratch the sunflower. I might throw a second type of millet in there. But that's spot number 2. I'm sorry that was a little bit of a longer rant. It's just me explaining what we're doing. And here's the second food plot now. So this was about 4 days behind the other crop or food plot that we saw. I will say that the buckwheat and the cowpeas are coming up a little bit quicker here in this one, but we have a lot more bare spots. And if you notice, the soil back here is just a bit more sandy. So we had some a little bit more darker stuff on the other location, and you know, the other power line down there is similar. It's sandy. So I think I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna overseed this in the middle of in the next big rain we got. I might come and actually hand rake some of these bare spots a little bit better. And then I'll throw some more millet out specifically, just to get these bare spots gone, because millet is, it'll grow in spite of you almost. It does pretty well. You notice the tractor over there. But yeah, so just looking, you know, buckwheat and cowpeas are coming up a little bit better out here, but the millet is just, a lot of it, and this is even a wetter spot, is just suffering out here. I'm pretty sure because of the soil. So I want to come in, scratch this up a little bit more. I don't want to damage a lot of the growth that we already have, but I will come back and overseed some more millet here. Well, that's it, everybody. That's the status as of everything right now. this weekend here coming, I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to do my planning for the main food plot, and I'll go back and overseed what we just looked at over there. But so that's it. You know, it's a smaller property. I'm happy for the most part with what we got growing right now. I do think we can make it a little bit better though. So I'm going to look at that. I might add a couple late small kill plots in here, but we'll see how it goes. But thanks everybody for watching. If you guys like what you're seeing, consider liking and subscribing, not only for the management stuff and the hunting, but I have some pretty exciting videos coming out for the dog training right now. I'm actually going to go record a couple of those when I get done with this. No work today, thankfully. I don't go in the office on Mondays, so I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor here on the property. But I'd be interested to see how hot it is where you guys are at, and also what your planting practices are right now as well. I'm from South Carolina. We have our farm out here, but I'm looking to actually move out west in the next couple of years. Not quite sure where yet. Anywhere along that Mississippi River would be perfect for me, but we'll talk more about that when the time comes. Thanks again for watching, you guys, and stay tuned.